Honey, I don't know what's going on. I told y'all this is a K-filled week, so it's looking like the people want more money off of K. I'm going to give my commentary on this, but before I do, definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and definitely make sure you frequent the channel so that you don't miss out on any content on the channel, okay? Now let's get into it. I hope y'all enjoy. Let's get into it. Right, let's get into the honey for today's tea. Now, I'm on hotnewhiphop.com, y'all, and they are basically reporting that K's legal and financial issues get progressively worse in the Chi, y'all. That's what they're saying. Now, remember I told y'all, I said this is looking like this is about to be a K-filled week. First, Steve get on his Twitter talking about Drea. Then, as Reed gets on Twitter talking, giving a message, a wise counsel type of message, talking about strength, it bring, pain brings strength and all this other stuff. And then now, honey, I said we waiting on one more situation, and here it is, y'all. So they say, his money situation has gotten progressively worse in the Chi. And this was written by Aaron A. It was posted February 26, 2020. And this has like over 11K views if y'all want to go look at it for yourself, the article. Because, this is an article. I'm not pulling this out of my brain or out of thin air. This is an article. This is stuff that, people can go research, and then we could, come over here and talk about it. The honey for the tea, which is Yahweh's word and his promises, and the positive side of life's bitter tea, bitter situations. And then we can do an insert so that we can have an understanding and an overstanding of life situations, as we're, gathering together on here. Now, it says, y'all know he had that situation with somebody named Heather, right? I'm going to call her HW. Now, it says a default judgment was, granted against K after the singer did not show up to a gathering that he had. Okay? So that's number one with this situation, that he didn't show up. And then two, y'all remember he didn't show up before, and they had, I think, said, or the excuse was, oh, I couldn't read something on the paperwork, or I didn't have an overstanding of something on the paperwork, or comprehension, something was said, right? It says another day, another issue for K, who just defaulted, at the gathering after another no-show. So, when it comes to him, I think he knows that he's in deep. Because it's, when it's time to show up in the face, situations, it's, oh, my toe, and oh, I didn't get, I couldn't comprehend the paperwork, and oh, I got this going on, and oh, I'm scared to get on the plane. Oh, mind you, I don't even know why they going for, fear of flying, when he was on Gail shows talking about, I flew in on a helicopter to give Drea a puppy or something like that. And I'm like, okay, obviously. And then two, I think he had wanted to go out to, I guess, perform overseas. You would have had to get on a plane for that. So it's just like the excuses. And then this, before, I believe, one of these situations that he had, they allowed him to have a second chance because he said, oh, he couldn't, it was a situation where he had some literacy issues. But I'm like, okay, at 53, you can't get somebody to look over the stuff for you and tell you what it mean and have an overstanding. I know they asked you. You couldn't ask the person that was coming to bring you the paperwork to read it to you. You couldn't ask nobody. You couldn't ask your counsel. You couldn't ask your girlfriends that was fully capable. One of them was a college student. Okay, you couldn't ask nobody. So it's like all of these, I feel excuses. And then for him to not show up again for this particular situation, I feel like he knows that he's in deep and he knows what it is at this point. So it says, another day, another issue for Kay, who, just defaulted, after another no-show. And it says, according to page 6, HW, a woman who filed, paperwork against Kay for, y'all know, the type of situations, the type of time he's on. She was granted a default judgment against Kay, who she claimed kind of like, he kind of encouraged her to get into a situation with him, which was not necessarily something that somebody at the time would have been able to consent to or whatever. And she said that happened when she was a youth after meeting, him in the Shy. And it says, Kay has not shown up since the paperwork or this whole suit situation was filed. A counsel for Heather said that a final gathering has been set for March 10th. So this is the final one, y'all. And it's funny to me that when I first started talking about this Kay situation, Kay supporters was on me like hard, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I was everything but a child of the Most High, and how these people was coming up under my comments. But it's quieter than a church mouse. Because, it used to be like, they ain't talking about such and such. Now they found such and such responsible. We going to be talking about HW. I'm talking about the other HW. We going to be talking about him, Lady O friend or Lady O associate, okay? We going to be talking about him on my podcast, because I don't talk about certain stuff on YouTube. Anything I don't want to talk about on YouTube, I talk about on the podcast. So I'll put the link to that on the community page, and y'all can listen to that over there. You feel me? Because we could talk about stuff that we really want to talk about on the podcast, okay? So whatever I don't put over here, just know I'm going to talk about it over there. So if y'all want me to talk about certain stuff that I may not necessarily want to talk about on YouTube, I will talk about it over on the podcast on Anchor, okay? And then I'll put the link in the community. You can always find the link either in the chat or the comment section or the community page of my YouTube. But anyway, like I was saying, like they was coming hard, but I think now they're starting to see the bigger picture. They're starting to see that this man ain't about to do no ATL roll and glide about this situation. I think that these people is really not playing. I think that, he may not be showing up to certain stuff or making excuses, because he already know that it's the time is coming, boo, where it's like certain things you have to answer, for certain things. And like I said, me from the beginning, I always kind of felt like, I feel like some people is, doing the right thing and they being real about this case situation. Some of these folks, like I said, I feel like they trying to get clout and fame off this. And something could have happened with them and Kay, but I feel like they, at the time, either they didn't mind because they felt like being around him was going to get them fame or some money. And then now all of a sudden that the money has dried up, now they want to tell they stories and all that. You feel what I'm saying? So everything, like I said, anything that a person do in the dark is going to come to the light. It's going to come out. So that's why I'm saying, like, y'all may not hear me like giving my full view on certain stuff because I'm waiting for certain stuff to play out. I already feel a certain way. Because some of y'all be in the comments, well, why such and such and such? Listen, I feel where some of y'all are coming from. I just may not speak on it until it play out. Because you have to wait till certain stuff play out. You may feel a way, but you just got to wait for it to play out. Remember we were saying, some of these folks, it's not, it's not looking right. And then you had Steve up there talking about why they ain't trying to talk about, basically implying why they ain't trying to talk about Drea, who been running her mouth on the media and all this other stuff, knowing that she signed an agreement. And then, honey, y'all was saying y'all was side-eyeing Drea. Then look at what happened. So, honey, it'll play out. You just gotta sit back and peep the scene. You feel what I'm saying? So it says, unfortunately for Kay, this arrived just a few days after his former landlord in the Chi claims that he owes $3.4 million in back rent for the studio space he was renting out. So not only do he have to deal with the Heather situation, he got to deal with this back rent, and that ain't no little couple of dollars that you owe. That's a lot of money. And it says Kay's been, facing an enormous amount of issues over the past year with this studio situation. It says in early 2019, y'all know they put on them some heavy fees after it was revealed that the space was being used for more than recording. So, honey, after they found that out, because honestly, like, let's say you own a building. Don't nobody want their tenants doing more than what they supposed to be doing out the building, and they building start to get a reputation, and that's costing them money. You feel me? And it's kind of like something go down at an apartment, and then people don't necessarily want to rent at that apartment because of what they may have seen on the news or all kind of stuff. So you putting the landlord in a position, you feel what I'm saying, costing them more money. And on top of that, you already owe money for the back rent. So that's wild. Like, honey, it's people that they yelling out, free such and such, or free K. He in a whole, like, y'all, I don't see this man walking up out of there scotch. You feel what I'm saying? He got a whole bunch of stuff to answer for. Like, okay, after he answered for these 4 different situations in these different areas of America, then you owe money to all these different people. Then you got all these people just hopping on the bandwagon talking about this and this and this happened. And, the whole Drea situation, it's just, ooh, child. So basically, despite the fact that things have been going, south for him for a minute, his counsel reportedly got him a gathering to talk about him potentially, being let out, up, just, not, it's like a temporary thing. You feel what I'm saying? Not, because a lot of people, honey, when I did that, it's a potential thing that could happen. They didn't say that he was, but they're saying that he did get another reconsideration for him to get potentially let out. Okay, that's not saying that he will be, but it's a potential that, they're reconsidering it. Okay, so in order for you to reconsider, it's something that you're thinking about. Cause I don't want nobody acting like they don't know up in the comments. Like, boy, that'd be the worst with them geniuses. Now, anyway, that is set for March 5th. And it says that Kay's counsel argued that the singer never missed, a gathering in relation to his previous, gathering situations he had to attend, okay? But okay, he never missed nothing previously. He was a no-show on 2 occasions with this Heather situation. So what are they talking about? I know that y'all remember seeing the headlines. Oh, my toe. Oh, this. And, oh, you know, I can't get on planes and all this other stuff he was pulling. Oh, I didn't know because, you know, it was some literacy issues going on with the paperwork and all this other stuff, man, and he ain't had nobody to lean on and all this stuff he was going through. So you mean to tell me, peep game, he never missed a gathering date? Let's stop. Y'all gotta give it to Steve though. Steve try, yo. He does try. So, okay, it says his counsel also said that they would make sure that K's use of the internet and social media was limited, and that he basically would be, if this potentially happens where he's let out, that he will be monitored via, you know, technology to do so. Okay, and my thing is, they just said that they got rid of that condo, and he didn't have money to pay this and the third. Like, he didn't have money to pay for a lot of stuff. His, certain types of counsel or representation and all this other stuff they were saying. And I'm like, well, let him out where? He got to have like an address to go to. You feel what I'm saying? To live. That got to be his zone that he lives at, right? So I'm like, where's that at? Because the condo is now, bye. The condo went bye-bye. So I'm like, he don't have any money, so where's this gonna be at? Like, where would he get a rental? Who would want him in their building, or you get what I'm saying, with all of this media circus type of activity also? Because like I said, the landlord that is the landlord over the studio, that's probably something that he's upset with. And then I know them people that was at the condo at the towers over there was kind of maybe irritated that you had all the looky-loo type of activity at the building due to all of the mess, the parents of Az and Joy going there to check, and the media outside and all this looky-loo type of activity. I know people who actually maybe live there, or like to go there to chill or whatever it is they do. You feel what I'm saying? I know that had to be an issue because they don't want that mess on they block. They don't want that there. So K's issue is that because of the fact of who he is, it causes media circus. It causes people to do this looky-loo type of activity. It causes, just all these situations that go on surrounding him. Let me see what the comments is saying. Somebody said, K's taking more L's left and right. How's he supposed to show up to a gathering if he's in the lockup? Now, these people, somebody said what's blanked up is being in the lockup in another city and state blanks you up. Ish don't make sense. So somebody said this man is blanked. So yo, this is not even funny. Like, just imagine this, y'all. This man, was able to get up out of the circumstances and the shy that he was in, coming from a background of being in the, in the street and in the of the shy, right? And he was able to get a career, was given that opportunity, and he decided to just throw it all away because I feel like arrogance and getting, too big for himself. You feel what I'm saying? All of this old trust the process and, dealing with these everyday type of people, because that's what got him, I feel like that's what got him jammed up. you don't see a lot of other celebrity people dealing with everyday type of people, because everyday type of people are dreamers. They want to be where you at. They are, you know how Kalani said in her song, it's crazy what people do for recognition. Like, prime example, I'm getting ready to do a video on Queen Naija and her people, honey. Like, people do it all for the clout. They do it all for the recognition. I'm not talking about her, but, you know, I'm talking about certain members of her fam. I'm getting ready to do a video on that. That was wild what I just seen. Like, you get successful and then people want a piece of that. So you have to be mindful of that. I think Remy was talking about that also on Love and Hip Hop, how, you know, people look at you like, you know, you it. Like, they trying to get next to you, and it's just like, you don't really see a lot of other celebrities doing what K did. Not to say, I feel like K learned what he learned, you know, from situations that happened to him as a youth. But I also feel like getting in an industry like he was in, you know, they probably put him on to some other type of stuff too. And, you know, secrets come out when you deal with people that's not a part of that same type of time you on. And that's why you don't see a lot of those people from the industry dealing with everyday people. Because if you, okay, prime example, you see a lot of celebs, they don't be around their parents a lot no more. Or if they are around their parents is like heavily in the industry. Or if their parents is not, you don't really see them around their parents. Their parents is not, you know, coming to weddings and stuff, or they not getting no invitations. You know, the parents is not, you know, they kind of get them away. Like, it's been a lot of celebs that they talked about that about, you know. One that comes to mind, Katie, what's her last name? Katie P. You get what I'm saying? She reminds me of a situation like that. Like, I think her parents were going through something where they didn't approve that she was in the industry or something like that. I don't remember. I remember hearing something like that. But a lot of times that you see these celebrities, they don't be around the regular everyday people. And I think Kay messed up, number one, not being humble and being arrogant. And he could have sent Joy Seller on her way. You feel what I'm saying? When they was making noise, he could have sent Asri on her way. Because I think when I was listening to Don R on a few interviews that he did, I think that he was telling Kay this, let some of these people go about their business, because it seemed like it's causing you a lot of, issues. And even though, who's to say, I don't know about these people in a relationship with Kay, but what the story was is that the parents, the way they put it out there is that the parents was trying to get businesses and money off of Kay, and when that didn't happen, that's when all this and the third and all the rest of this, which I'm inclined to believe a little bit of that. And that's not to excuse what Kay was doing, but you could clearly see that some of these people was out to get some type of celebrity, that they was trying to make, M's off of this, and they was trying to come up. Like, you cannot come up off of trauma in this way. You feel what I'm saying? So this is a wild situation, honey. I knew something else was going to end up coming out, honey, in these headlines this week about Kay. I just knew it. I was like, this is about to be a K-filled week, and lo and behold, honey, here it happens. Here it happened. But y'all need to check this out. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts on this. Do y'all feel like, as the closer and closer that we get to the try dates and all this other stuff, do y'all feel like more will come out? Do y'all feel like, some of these people are clout chasing? What are y'all's thoughts about this whole situation just in general? Leave your thoughts about this in the chat and in the comment section down below. It's KingBritneyChanel. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon on the next video. Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.